Hi guys, and welcome back to the show. I'm Admiral Pegasus, and on today's show, yes, you see the timer up there, 19 hours left. It's that time of the month again. Yes, it's time to grade the month. And yeah, I'm not going to lie, this month really has not floated my boat. In fact, I'm behind on my Battle Pass points, which means I won't be completing the overflow because, yeah, I missed an event. That was my own fault. But yeah, it's not been what I would call an exciting month. So, sorry guys, straight out here, it's not going to be graded high. But what we're going to do is we're going to stick to the way I've been doing it the last couple of months, which is basically just going over what we've been dropped in the month and give you my personal opinions. But before we do all that, if you'd like to know when I go live or drop new videos, please subscribe to the channel. So, what I've done is I've gone through the patch notes, both sets of patch notes actually, written down everything that I need to cover, and hopefully we'll have a bit of linear straight lines on this one instead of here, there, everywhere. But anyway, let's jump into the first one, which is going to be the temple artifacts and the silent hostiles. So we need to jump out of this and move over to the artifact gallery, because obviously that's where they're stashed, and obviously this is what we were given this month, which was a whole load of new artifacts. If I'll tell you what, yeah, we're better stuff in here and going in here. This is where we can have them. Now the way they set this up, brilliant. There we go. Sorry, I need to make my screen a bit brighter. So the way they set this up, this is brilliant. Now you can actually go after the individual artifact that you want, rather than going through the other way and getting whatever the RNG decides to give you. Now, Scopely did actually say that the best one to go after first of all will be this one, which is the Great Eye of Ara, which is basically reducing the number of fragments you need for artifacts. Now, this does not just work with the temple artifacts, this will work with the other artifacts. I haven't got any yet, but as you can see with the new loop as well, I've got more than enough currency to actually blast this out. And I think I worked it out to where I need to get to. I need about 37,000. So it's like I'm basically just going to go in and do this. Now, what's this plus button here? I've not noticed this one before. Oh! Sliders! Never actually spotted this before, so this is a great introduction, but it's not going to change the overall grade. So this is brilliant. I didn't even notice this was in here. So that means obviously you can decide on how many shards that you want. So like, here we go. For 5,000, I can get so 5,000 disruptors. I can get 50 shards of the Great Eye, which is fine because that's going to easily complete level 1. And then if I jump over to here for one of the epics, again jumping on this one, again 50, that's going to cost me 10,000. That's not going to unlock the epic though, because obviously you do need a lot more for this one. But I mean, it's like this one's increasing your base hull health, which is actually quite nice. There are some good ones in here as well. There's stuff towards the Syndicate XP, which is your Stone of Memory, which is a rare. So let's just have a quick look about how many we can get for 50 pulls. So 7,500. So yeah, there we go. Nice little thing there. But again, this is 55 shards to start it off. But to actually get into all this, really, you need to be doing the silent hostiles, which were dropped. So let's just quickly flick over to that screen. God, this will be so much easier when I get a PC to just flick between the screens. Come on, keep up. And obviously the game will operate a bit faster. So here he is, just above Delphic Expanse, that little Christmas tree looking thing, or a arrow fighter, as you see. Large number of systems. They do need a token that they will need a token to get into, and they have been arranged into specific systems that you will need to actually go to for your ops level. So it's like for me, I need to go to this one. just to do my grinds. There's a 46 and 49 hostiles in there, but this is your starting point doing the 41s. Now, all this was for Ops 40 plus, so yeah, sorry for the ones lower than Ops 40. Where can you find the token for this? Well, you find it in your faction store, in the X-Borg faction store, and what you'll find is you can get, it's actually dropped a little bit lower, maximum number of 8 shards. They are on a 22-hour cooldown, and as well, these temple disruptors are what you use to gain the temple artifacts for. So overall, yes, not too bad. And if we actually jump into the loop itself, as we can see here, yeah, you got to start here using your in the Xbox faction store, like I say, getting the tokens and the temple disruptors, which is a free claim. Then you go out, kill the hostiles, get some of these other currencies, which then you take back to the oh bloody hell, yeah, it's a loop. Ultimately culminating in the one at the bottom there, which is your artifacts. So now obviously it's a little bit small on my screen, so we'll just zoom in a little bit so you can see it. Obviously, yeah, I mean, what's through me is the, oh yeah, I know what's in there. It's the chests where you can get a load of ship parts as well, and some of the new medallions, which is going to go towards some of your primes as well. Yeah, hostiles are bringing in a new challenge, so you're going to need slightly different crews than what you're normal, but you can run critical builds. Critical builds, I would say, is absolute must, but these hostiles with the new abilities, which here is in the screenshot, definitely worth going after and making sure you can do that critical. Now, we did have an officer as well with his below deck ability changed, but again, we'll talk about that a little bit later in the video. Now, also this month as well, they decided to give us some free shards towards some artifacts, more particularly these orbs here, using this promo code. So it's nice the fact they actually dropped this promo code, well, a new promo code again this month, whereas last month it was a different one to give us 10 shards of the NX01. This month is for 5 shards each of these 3 particular orbs. So what these do is they basically help your ships in PvE combat with the battle triangle. So kudos to Scopely on that one. Next up is the officers. Okay, so the officers that we got this month, then completing off the Enterprise NX01 crew, was Hoshi Sato. Across the bottom there, as you can see, I'm only at 22 out of 38. Yeah, basically she's a gas miner as a below deck, continuing off the pattern that we saw with T'Pol and Sharan. And in officer's ability, she is a cargo booster. Yes, a cargo booster. So next line up, we've got Phlox. As you can see, I'm at 88 over 100, out of 100, so I'm very close to getting him to tier 2. How this is going to fare in this last solo leaderboard, I really don't know. But so far, at the time of recording, I'm on track to actually get him to tier 2 without having to go too much further in the SMS. But the one thing is, Phlox was our big one this month. Now, he was dropped with 2 abilities. One's below deck, one's bridge. And we'll start with this one. This one, obviously, I did do a video on Phlox, so obviously please check that video out. So we'll quickly just mention it here. This says against players. We learned it also means the hostiles, and Scopely kept it. Yes, Scopely kept it. A player-aimed bug aimed at benefiting players, actually Scopely kept, which was brilliant. Now, below deck, obviously, his below deck ability was completely different. It was about increasing the amount of TDs that you actually got when using the ball cutting beam. However, another player benefit bug. Phlox really bought them this month. And for some peculiar reason, the loot officers started to work when using the cutting beam. Again, done that in a video. Also showed it off in a live stream. Absolutely fantastic, those. However, because all that activated, it meant the below deck ability for Phlox was pretty much crap. So they changed it. And again, showed this off in Phlox's video. Very good. It's a net. Well, it's not a net, sorry. As DJ explained this to me, it's not a net 20%. Yeah, there's a chart in that video to look at. But again, it's still good. It is still going to be good. So absolutely kudos to this one. The officers, Phlox, would I say he's a must-have officer? No, he's not a must-have officer, in all honesty. He's not a must-have officer. But he's definitely would be nice. And if you have the chance to unlock him, absolutely get him. If not, don't worry too much about it. Eventually, they'll bring him into the game where you can source him. Because obviously, the only ability where I can see he actually has any real tangible benefit for players is actually going to be his officer's ability. But if you feel that his below deck ability is actually a lot more beneficial, please let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like the video if you are liking it so far. As for Hoshi Sato, again, yeah, okay. Rare officers this month have been pretty much a complete and utter waste of time. I think that yeah, actually, I'm not even going to mention what I was thinking just now, but yeah. Now, also, there was a load of primes added to the game as well. Woo! We all love primes. All locked behind the paywalls, as always. There was actually a couple of good primes which was released in the mid-arc point. If I could just figure out which one it was. Here we go. More primes added. It was the Prime Armada Command, which was obviously it's paywalled, but let's have a quick gander at it. Okay, so here in the Galaxy Tree, it took me a moment to actually find it. As you can see, new special currency. Yeah, there are 4 levels to this, but basically what this means is you can actually start more than one Armada at a time, whether it be solo Armadas or group Armadas. Just bring you up here. So as you can see, the level 1 is a +1. Level 2 will be a +2, +4, and then +7. So you can really start a large number of Armadas, which is brilliant. But again, it's stuck behind a paywall, which really sucks. Because level 1, if they'd at least done that as a free-to-play, that would have been nice. So this is it's a brilliant prime. Absolutely something we need in the game. But because they've paywalled it, which is bloody typical. So, yeah. Now, obviously, there are a few other primes as well that go around the game at the minute, which need those prime medallion orbs. So, obviously, getting them from the artillery, I forgot to mention this earlier. Getting them means you're going to be able to do anywhere up to about, what was it? I think it was about 8 to 10 different primes in total. Obviously, a couple of them are multi-level, but again, it's going to take you around about 6 years to actually complete it all, depending on RNG. So, but that was the prime. So, let's jump back to, where was I? Okay, so the mid-arc interval. Zindi Armadas was brought in, just released a video on this one, so quick, just mention it. So what we'll do is we'll just jump into the chest in the Alliance tab, and right here, basically what this was designed to do is to help with some of the grind towards the older Armada, so the Uncommons, the Borg solos, and the Dominion solos. What I can tell you right now, because I pulled the Borg one this morning, that one in the middle, which I was not able to clarify in the video. Yeah, again, it's not even doing one chest. It's just not doing one chest whatsoever. So, realistically, it's a bit of a waste. Bit of a, yeah. But again, they do bring new abilities as well. So, it's nice to see them. The chests are ops locked to individual ranges. They are primarily aimed at the G5 and the G6 players, but you can come in at ops 48. Also, the directives are on a free claim. However, it is a 7-day cooldown. Yeah, crap. Absolutely. Not impressed with it whatsoever. But then again, I'm not impressed with the fact they've dropped yet another round of Armadas into the game. Now, another thing as well that came into the game, if you look here into the big screen in the middle of your base, is the new tab videos. And what this will basically do, I haven't done a video on this one because it would just be a complete waste. Basically, click on that, and what it'll do is it'll take you over to the Star Trek Fleet Command YouTube channel. Hey, Bex! And obviously, you're going to get to play the videos. As you can see, this one is for the patch notes for the Enterprise, and obviously, this is just Bex letting us know what's actually coming. Now, in all honesty, is this something that I think is going to be worth it? In all honesty, not particularly. Here we go. This is the video where's the early release for the new temporal artifacts, telling us about it. It doesn't actually teach you how to do them, how to go through them. It's just basically information. This is what we're dropping. This is what it's called. You can see this little bit. That's pretty much it. It's not walking you through. Well, I can't remember this video. I remember watching this video, but I can't remember most of the contents. So yeah, take these as you will. Now, there is another UI update as well. If you didn't want to go through there, go into your profile, green button on the side there, will take you straight to the videos. So, yep, nice the fact they've actually added them. Now, this thing does have potential to go further and add more. And if Scopely really wanted to train, teach players how to use the content in this game properly and the loops, and the suggestions that they put in, like the crew suggestions they've been doing lately, it will be something actually very, very useful. So, now, yeah, there's not much else I can really say about that. Also, they brought in a new refit in the form of Columbia NX-02. Now, I don't know why I just clicked on there, wanted the armory. Now, again, this goes outside lore, and it's just fitting in with the general principle of what they've been doing the last few months. As you can see, doubles the output of Officer Exchange containing rare and epic Voyager Officer shards in the Xborg faction store. Yeah, an NX, a pre-Federation vessel, doubling the loot from a Federation vessel. But, hey, who knows? I mean, anything's possible. I mean, it's only a 200-year difference, isn't it? So, but yeah, I mean, if you want to go after it, yeah, that's entirely up to you. I don't see much value in it, really, because they're rare credits. But, I mean, in all honesty, though, I will throw this in here. It is actually the better sourcing out of that and the artifact gallery. So, and at least the Xborg Fashion Store contains all the Voyager officers in it. So, that's that one. FK Armadas and Eclipse Armadas also had their respawn rates massively improved. Well, I don't know if it's massively, but hey-ho. Cloaks were also added for the G4 and G5 players into the faction store, so it's nice to have them added. Yeah. Now, moving on to the events. Yeah, events have been like, okay, yeah, whatever. I've participated in them. It is Event Store month, and in all honesty, the Event Store is seem a little bit repetitive, a little bit boring, and there are still a lot of things in the game I've yet to see. Sort of like the keys for the extra docks and the builders and all that. Why can't they just add them to the Event Store? I will gladly spend the full Event Store on just one key. I would, for the Dry Dock Age. But anyway, as you can see at the top there, I've only got 314,000 coins. I was a couple of events where I didn't complete because I forgot about them, or there was something that I just didn't have enough tokens, warp tokens or something like that. I think one of them was when the, at the beginning with the Silent Hostiles in that video, where I used up like 5 tokens, and I just didn't have enough to complete the event. So sadly, I was 2 milestones short. Never mind. But yeah, I mean, I've even missed a battle pass event this month, so I'm not even going to be doing today's. So yeah, no point when I can't get those de-sealing VODs. But yeah, I mean, blueprints added in as well. It's nice the fact they've added the Monavine, they've added Voyager, the Mantis, the Defiant, the Titan. What else we got? I've got the G4 Epics in here as well. So yeah. And no, that can't be it. Sure, that's it. So we've got Cerritos. What other ones? Yeah, that's pretty much it. So now the only thing I do see some valuable, if you don't go for the officers obviously are valuable. Me, because we've got no future sourcing, I'm not even going to waste currency on DePaul and Shrine just to unlock them, especially when I can't get Hoshi Sato to complete the set. But the two officers that you, well, more specifically the officer you want to be aiming for, if you've not unlocked him yet, is going to be Archer. Now, for those of you who are going to shout at me, Borg Cube, yes, the Borg Cube was also added for those who haven't got those remaining shards, those remaining 75 shards from the, what was it, December event store. They did add them, but obviously with selected players, you can see that's the players who haven't got the Borg Cube yet. So now, but back on the officers, Trip Tucker as well. Again, it's going to be another great officer when it comes to dealing with the Xindi reptilians and the aquatics. But Archer ultimately is the officer that you primarily want this month to make sure they're unlocked. Obviously, it was asked as well for the NX-01 to be added. They chose not to, but they did agree with the request about adding Voyager officer sourcing. Limited it to 20 though. Me, the only one I need out of this is 7 of 9, but it's leaving me 6 shards short. So which means I'd have to rely on the RNG from that Voyager, so from the X-Borg officer pull, just to try and get these extra shards. And trust me, I'm not going to... The RNG is going to know that I need it, so it's not going to do it. But I want to build up those rare credits when it comes for the NX-01, when I finally get it in May. And then obviously I can tier it up when I get all the parts to actually tier it up. The only thing I did find of value in here, though, if you haven't got it yet, is the Cardassian Gold Disruptor, 225,000. It's something that I might even consider going after myself. It is a 25% to critical damage, which is something that's going to be brilliant, considering that we did sort of slate this month a little bit as an anti-critical month. So having that extra bonus will be nice. But then if I do that, then I just spend the extra shards on the Tribune or Syndicate XP. As for the event side of things, like I said, it's nothing to be shout home about. All started rather slow. Back end, yeah, okay. It's added up to what it is. The one events though I want to bring up is this one. Is the topless SMS. Basically going on for up to about 50 milestones. Brilliant. Love these ones. I will go for them. However, it says here to spend rare and epic Armada directives, but it does not specifically state, even here, it does not specifically state which ones. The only ones I found to work so far, that score is 4 epic FKRs. That's it. 4 epic FKRs. I don't know if the Eclipse was involved in it, but I haven't got any rare or epic directives of that because I don't deal with the Apex, the exchange stuff anymore, the Stellar stuff. I just don't. I should for the officer badges, but I just don't get around to doing it each month. Solo Armadas are not included, which sucks really because I really do the Solo Armadas. I've got loads of directives saved up, and that would have really got through this. Another wave running one of these as well, that is a future thing that I can think of if Scopely decide to do it or not, is hostiles. But don't limit it to just a specific type of hostile. Open it up to the galaxy. 1 point per hostile. Simple. 1 point. So you can go hit all the level 1s that you want just to try and complete this event. Although I mean, what's this one? It's like 450,000? 450,000 hostiles. 1 point each. Yeah. In 4 days? Yeah. You got to do some serious grinding on that one. But then again, you probably won't get all the chests. And you'll be up for hours and hours and hours. So basically like Crucible of War, just basically going out killing hostiles. That is something I would definitely worth going after. And I'd probably get more than 11 milestones up the list. Now, there was another thing as well I'm going to quickly bring up, which is a bit of a bone contention for a lot of players, was the ticketed events. Yeah. Now, for me, my personal opinion, brilliant, because it means now I get some resource and materials that I'm not just completely reliant on the battle pass each month, this month. So I get some of these. However, players prefers the loot. They would have preferred more coins. Now, I can make an argument both sides. Yes, the extra loot would have been nice, especially when we're capped out around about 350,000. I think that's what the average is going to be for this month. But again, it does, if you don't have the resources and materials for 1 month, because the exchange rate in the event store is bloody ridiculous, it does stifle a lot of players' progression if they haven't got enough saved up from the previous months. But the event store is to get stuff that you otherwise wouldn't normally get in the game, like the previous, the ARCs officers, not the current month, the previous months. So Enterprise as a whole, so previous 2 months, getting those officers, some extra blueprints for your ships, the refits if you haven't got them. Like I say, if they ever decided, put the bloody keys in there for like the dry docks and the builders and all that, event store currency in here would be fantastic. And it is fantastic. But the one thing is as well, Scopely, in the infinite wisdom, love to keep secrets and don't bother telling players, this is what we're going to do. No, they don't like to tell players anything. They want to keep us getting right up to the last minute, and then they wonder why they end up with so much flack. But there it is. So, but for me, it's nice to have the resource and materials. It means I've got something to spend. And actually, no, I won Flocks without these because I'd had enough saved up. But the treasury was definitely one I went for this month as well. So, that's the events and the event store. Moving on to the last 2 little sections. Communications. Brilliant this month. We've had a lot more communication. Discord has been definitely going up. As for Facebook, I don't really follow that one. And as for Reddit, yeah, I just can't get my head around Reddit. Maybe I'm too thick to understand it. But I tend to stick with Discord for the primaries. Also, there's a chance as well with these videos dropping into the in-game news. Maybe we can get some quick updates through that. Because the one thing is with the... let's just actually jump to it. The one thing with this, using the news... They have to submit the news with 3 days notice. So something to do with the translation into other languages that the various things have to deal with. Like Apple and that, they have to make sure it's all correct and loaded up correctly to then put into the game. Now, using the videos, maybe... there's a chance for quick announcements right there so players can see the announcements come up in the video. So maybe this is another thing that we could actively use this for as well. Quick announcements rather than waiting for it. I'm sure when Beck records a video, I mean, I might actually throw this as an idea to her. When they do it, put audio captions in the bottom with the translation into the correct, with an auto translator on it. Because I know I can do videos and I can translate them into multiple different languages. Well, that's going to be relatively easy to put out there. And if it's an auto translator, or when it comes to YouTube, I can actually put captions up on videos. and they'll translate it into my language. So absolutely worth considering. But like I said, I'll throw that at Bex as an idea. But so communication has actually been pretty good. Also, stability of the game has actually been a hell of a lot better this month. I think we've had a minor lag issue as well. The US have just had some general maintenance going on with the external servers. The UK are going to be getting it tomorrow morning after the recording of this video. So yeah, it will cause a few issues within the game for a couple of hours, but ultimately no downtime. But stability overall has actually been better. I won't say it's an A because no way. You can't say it's an A. The lag in this game is ridiculous some days. But anyway, so before we go on to the final grade, I want to quickly shout out Rev's survey. Please, the link is in the description down below. Please make sure you complete the survey. The more people who complete it and actually put comments on it as well, the more Rev and his team can take back to Scopely and say, look, this is what players actually think. Be brutal, be honest. And if you thought it was a good move, actually put on it. Don't leave it to players who have got something to whinge and cry and moan about, like me, to put comments on there, slating them up, saying, this was a crap month. Why did you do this? Why are you releasing another set of Armadas? Because I will be putting on there simply, since when do we need more Armadas? But, caveat, we did know they were coming. We did know they were coming. But anyway, so yeah, the link's in the description down below. Also, along with PayPal, Cashapp for myself, and the link to my Discord as well, if you wish to come and join. Join button for memberships as well for the channel is available for you to click. So come along, be a channel member. There are going to be occasions where videos will be released 24 hours in advance for members to actually watch and comment on. And then obviously they'll be released after that for the after that 24-hour period for general release. But again, that's going to be selected videos on, usually on content where I do have to drop something pretty quickly. But anyway, that all being said, thank you for joining me. I'm Admiral Pegasus. My final grade for this month is going to be a C. It's not stuff that you can go out, yes, I want this, I want this. It's like, yeah, all right then, fine, we'll get it when we get it. So, but anyway, thanks for joining me. Stay safe, live long and prosper, and I shall catch you on the next one. Goodbye.